What's up, YouTube? It's time for a review of the new Demi Lovato record, Tell Me You Love Me, out this past Friday, September 29th. Demi Lovato, Miley Cyrus, going head to head in a release day battle of the former child stars. I can already tell you that I really don't like Miley's record, in case you care, but in the likely event that you don't, let's talk about Demi Lovato. I didn't watch Camp Rock, I don't read tabloids. Barney was awesome, but it's not like I'm invested in Demi Lovato the celebrity. I just know her from a few real catchy top 40 hits like Heart Attack and Confident and Give Your Heart a Break, but it was one single in particular from this new record that was what inspired me to give it a genuine shot. A little over a month ago, Demi released the title track from this record, Tell Me You Love Me, as a single, and it was one of my favorite songs from that little end of summer burst of singles that was released. I'll link a blog post in the description where I talk a little bit more about it. But oh man, this just had enormous sounding production with these triumphant horns and the kind of booming bass drum that'll just fucking knock your hair back. And as a result, the chorus that she crafted between the instrumental and her vocals was just stadium sized. And as much as I hate using this term, the song in general just had a very empowering sound to it. And you know, lyrically, there's something so romantic about admitting to a small, healthy degree of codependence when you admit to somebody that you love that you need them to an extent. Now, the second verse of this song, her lyrics get a little bit too clingy, a little bit too jealous, a little unhealthy, but I'm willing to let that slide and enjoy my original take on the song. And I'll say this, I'm really glad that because of that single, I decided to sit down and spend a few days with the full record now that it's out, because there are some great songs on here in addition to the title track. One of the first ones to really pop out for me was the song Daddy Issues, which obviously Demi Lovato is a child of a dysfunctional marriage and subsequent divorce herself, so the whole song feels so real and so authentic. But the coolest part of it is how she takes this semi-dark topic and turns it into a fucking banger. Like, this song could not be more fun. I'd like to highlight that fun synth line that happens in the post-chorus that essentially echoes the melody that she sang in the chorus. This is another song where I love the bass drum pattern, actually. But my favorite thing about Daddy Issues is how this whole song is basically Demi Lovato taking some of the blame for this dysfunctional relationship that she's in. Like when she says, after our first kiss, now I got your name on my wrist, like damn, that escalated quickly. And you know, she admits that she gets a little obsessive, a little aggressive, a little too invested maybe. That tagline of lucky for you, I've got all these daddy issues is so true to life, I think. Because unfortunately, a partner can't behave dysfunctionally or in an abusive manner without another partner who is used to that type of behavior. And again, I think she takes this pretty sour topic and turns it into practically a party starter. And she even references her therapy and everything. It's great. Sexy Dirty Love is another favorite of mine, another true standout production-wise. Really bassline driven, actually. Even though those big synths and that abbreviated R&B snare that Drake loves to use so much, those are the things that might catch your attention first. But I love to just put this song on my monitors and just sit far back and just listen to the bass line because it sounds like so much fun to play. I just want to be a guest bassist at one of her shows just to play this song. And vocally, I love that big interval jump that happens in the chorus. When it's like, you got me so high. Hearing that flawless leap will just give you chills if you've ever been a singer or you've ever tried to sing. And another real showcase, real impressive showcase of Demi's undeniable vocal talent is the song Crybaby. So much soul, so much power in that chorus. And equally impressive are those softer, carefully orchestrated backing vocals that happen and that help round out her belting high notes. There's some hazy, clean guitar arpeggios behind her in Crybaby. If you want to be lazy, I guess you can kind of compare it to Rihanna's Love on the Brain, although they're different keys and pretty different feels. And lyrically, this song finds Demi offering a very sarcastic congratulations to the lover of hers who has the unique distinction of breaking through her tough exterior and genuinely hurting her. Her bitterness really comes through in this one. It's great. But as much as I love a bunch of these songs, there are definitely some disappointments for me on here too. The biggest disappointment being the song You Don't Do It For Me Anymore. Because before this album dropped, she hinted in the press that this was going to be the song that addressed her very public and very serious issues with addiction. So I was really intrigued to hear it. But unfortunately, all it is really is just like kind of a breakup song with a really obvious double meaning. And I don't know, I thought that was kind of whack. I thought that was kind of a cop-out. Because I'm sure with her addiction issues, there's a very, very real and very gripping story to tell. And I guess I was just disappointed that she didn't tackle that in some form. But you know, she is trying to appeal to a very big audience, so I don't know. But actually, my biggest issue with this song is actually that she really oversings for my taste. And I think the issue lies in the fact that she climbs up with the word you and then again with the word do. And it's all just a bit too much, and it's kind of headache inducing actually. And with the very minimalistic instrumentation behind her, just that rim shot on the snare and some light strings and whatnot, this song really just becomes a semi-obnoxious vocal showcase, which, hey, Crybaby was a vocal showcase too, but that is a great song, not just a bunch of gymnastics, so not really into this one. Then you've got songs like Only Forever, which is alright. It's a little sleepy, a little repetitive. And Lonely is actually a pretty solid song until Lil Wayne shows up for his feature at the end. I think DJ Mustard's production on here is surprisingly good. It's got mostly an R&B flavor just with trap drums. But then Wheezy shows up at the end of the song and oh my god with this shit, man, this is fucking terrible. And the problem is that Lil Wayne's like slurred singing shit, it goes on for north of a minute, so you can't even ignore it as a genuine hindrance to the song. What's even funnier is that the Apple Music promo for this record mentioned Lil Wayne in bold as a reason to check this album out. Yikes. And then you have duller pop numbers like The Closer, Hitchhiker, which it's a little bit too sugary for me. I'm also not a big fan of the sex ballad Concentrate, especially since we learn in this song that Demi Lovato likes to bang to Coldplay's music. Guess we're not soulmates. Sorry, Demi, I'm sure you'll get over it. But none of these songs are bad. I actually think that the issue mostly lies in the sequencing of the track list, because you have a fairly strong start to the record, but then putting Ruin the Friendship, Only Forever, and Lonely all in a row, 3 consecutive slower songs, the momentum of the record really takes a hit. As with the ending of the record, with the song Concentrate and then Hitchhiker, 2 songs that are a little bit more toned down too, it makes the record go out with a bit of a whimper. But again, nothing on here is unlistenable or just plain bad like so many of Lovato's fucking contemporaries, you know? She is a legitimately fantastic singer, and I love her voice on here, even on the more plain, more vanilla tracks. So I definitely like Tell Me You Love Me overall. I'm definitely glad that I checked it out, but going forward, as I continue to listen to it, it's going to be more about cherry picking individual songs that I like as opposed to just listening to the whole thing in sequence, because for me, the whole thing doesn't really warrant repeated listens. But definitely check out at least the songs that I pointed out that I really dug and see how you feel about them. Tell Me You Love Me gets a 6 out of 10 from me. As always, thanks so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe, leave a comment, or shoot me a message so we can continue to talk music, and I'll see you guys soon.